Please, Mum. Don't upset yourself.
Every year, the same thing. How long can this go on?
When I was young, things were different. Every country had a leader, every leader had a dream, and every household had a head. And no one questioned that. Some heads were benign, some not. But that was just the luck of the draw. The head of our household was Prince.
Lovely with the kiddie ears. Wouldn't harm hair of her head. Out with the strong came forth sweetness. Bible. Yeah, he's a gentle giant, Prince.
Took a chunk out of me summer last. Leg, do you remember? June it was. He wasn't family, I'd have sued.
He was teasing him, looking at him funny. He's clever, Prince. He knows what you're thinking before you've even thought it. That's why he's such good company for Marie when I'm on nights. I don't have to worry about anything, do I, Marie? He's company, isn't he?
Mum! Dad!
Mais qu'est-ce que tu fais?
Look what I done, Mum. Brushed his teeth.
See? Gentle as a lamb.
Claudine, get that stuff off this minute and never do this to me again.
Mum! Didn't do it to you. I did it to Prince.
Go on, love. Take you for a wash and brush up. Steady on, Marie.
It was a foam, wasn't it, Marie? Of course, you being French, you know. See, they see foam round a dog's mouth in France, they run. It might be the rabies, the death trap.
It wasn't rabies I was fearful of. It was the possibility that at any moment he might turn on Claudine and tear her face off.
Who's he? The cat's mother?
Growing up, I don't think I saw one photograph in our house that didn't have Prince in it. Like Stalin in the Soviet art of the 30s. He was everywhere. My father never wanted to put my school photographs in the album. He and my mother used to row about it ritually at the end of each school year. He said it was because he didn't know most of the people pictured from Adam. But it wasn't that. He didn't want those photographs in because Prince wasn't in them. Would have ruined the continuity.
Come on, smile.
We are!
Great.
My dad fancied himself as a bit of a photographer. So most of the photographs are of me or my mother with Prince. It's strange. You might think it was two different dogs, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Meek. With me, he looks friendly and warm, a people person, as the Americans say. With my mother, well, they look like a married couple who hate each other's guts. That, or rivals in love. My mother was working in a cafe in Boulogne, and my dad was driving a lorry. He was very handsome. So cool and tall and Protestant. My mother most likely imagined she was escaping to a land of logic and freedom. He asked her to go for a ride in his truck and smuggled her through customs. They got married in Dover. The one chance they both ever took.
Yes.
She must have thought her luck had changed. Then he took her home.
Prince! We miss you, boy. Oh.
And then she realised her luck had run out. Some lorry drivers have a woman in every town. Not my dad. He was a one-dog man.
Good boy, aren't you, eh? Good boy.
I know you're in there, Jack Morgan. Open this door.
The man of the week is chosen for appearance, masculine charm, good looks and manners. All the things that make a man instantly acceptable and a perfect partner.
Open this door.
But you will wake up your father. What am I to do?
I'll go.
No, don't leave me.
Can't a man have a normal day's sleep when he's been working all night? The world's turned upside down. Marie!
Oh, hello, Mrs. Tribbley.
What you call this, Jack Morgan?
Dogs? Mongrels?
That's right, mongrels. Bit of Alsatian in there somewhere, don't you think?
Might be. Hard to tell with mongrels. Got a bit of everything thrown in.
Well, I'd say there was a bit of an Alsatian in there. The wrong bit, too. Alsatian and Dachshund, not a pretty sight.
I say there has been a bit of Alsatian in there. Your Mitzi been on the razzle?
No, she has not. Your dog's been on the prowl. Only last week I caught him loitering, with intent.
So he goes over the back fence, the law unto himself, Prince. You want to build your edge higher. People who keep bitches got to expect that sort of trouble. You don't like it ever done. Best thing for a bitch.
There's the evil lamppost watering creation that should get his goalies foreshortened.
Down, boy. Heel. Marie, take Prince out the back. Claudie, go with your brother. Mother. Saying that in front of him.
Well, it was no worse than he deserved. I want a blood test, and should it prove what we already know, then I want maintenance for these mongrels till I can find them good homes. I don't suppose you'll take one in?
Well, now to look after it. Never had a mongrel.
Mr. Morgan, these dogs are not mere mongrels. These dogs are your own flesh and blood. And another thing, my bulbs. He gets on my garden with those
Listen to her. She's as crazy as your father. Do you notice in this neighborhood, in this country perhaps, how all the dogs are called by their family names as well as their pet names? And gossiped about? The dog next door, they call him William Pike. Because he has 3 legs, they talk of him as if he were a war hero. They admire his courage as he walks down the street urinating all over the show. Never complains, they say, as if he could. And I hear he gets bus rides for free. He has the freedom of the city. He has more freedom than most people. And her dog, that Mitzi Tribbley, I hear them gossip about her. They say she is loose. If you came here from France, you would think it was people being discussed. Their lives, their loves, their legs, and how they lose them.
I don't like Dachshunds.
Neither do I. Bosh.
Are Alsatians English?
No. German Shepherd. They're Bosch too. All English are Bosch.
What's that?
Mum says Prince is a Nazi.
Come on, boy. And stop singing foreign songs to him. I don't know whether he's coming or going.
All English are Bosch. Even the Queen.
Christmas is a Christian festival which celebrates the birth of the Prince of Peace. At times, it is almost hidden by the merrymaking and tinsel. But the essential message of
light,
Christmas
corgis.
is still that we all belong to the great brotherhood of man.
Always round your ankle is getting aerated.
Philosophers and prophets have concluded that peace is better
Look
than
at that.
love.
He's
Love
watching
is
the
better
Queen.
than hate.
So he's sitting like that.
Mankind can only find progress and friendship and cooperation. Many ideas are being questioned today. But these great truths will continue to shine out.
How about a Christmas
in
kiss
the
then?
light of hope, in the darkness of intolerance and inhumanity. The words, the brotherhood of man, have a splendid ring about them. But the
Right,
idea is
we're off for a
to
quick
make
stroll.
have any
Come on, boy.
practical meaning
Come on.
in this hard and bustling age.
Off you go, boy.
Each of us can put it into practice by treating one another with kindness and consideration at all times, and in spite of every kind of provocation.
What's wrong, Mum?
I'm just tired. Christmas can be very tiring, even for a small family. Especially for a small family.
Is Christmas like this in France?
No, not really. We would go to church more and drink more.
What, at the same time?
No.
Did you like it more there?
No, not really.
Did you like it more here?
Of course. It's my home. Home's not where you come from. It's where you choose to go.
And you chose to come here?
Of course.
Prince! 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 Real boy!
Get away with you, you brute! Haven't you done enough already?
Prince, here, boy. Come on. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Prince. Come here, boy.
My father stopped driving the truck and went to work in a factory, and he became involved with his trades union. He called himself a communist, so he was out quite a bit. He worked nights, so he slept most of the day, while Prince lay across the top of the stairs, protecting him, while my father slept the sleep of the just.
See, you can get past him easily.
I've tried, I tell you. He shows his teeth at me. He'll bark and your father will wake. But I must go now.
Mum, come with me. Come on, don't be scared. He's a gentle giant, Prince. Prince, it's me, Claudie. Come on, Mum. It wouldn't hurt to fly. Mum, he knows you're frightened of him.
How very clever of him.
It's human nature. If he knows you're frightened, he'll go for you.
Really? What a very unpleasant view of human nature. If I knew someone was frightened of me, I'm sure I would make every effort to put them at their ease. I don't think I would lunge snarling at them. No, I really don't.
It's human nature, Dad says. Just don't show you're scared and you'll be okay.
With a huge drooling beast an inch from my throat, I'm supposed to whistle a happy tune. Oh, this is impossible. At least in prison I would have my own bucket. I shall have to go next door to Carol. I'll only be a minute. Don't tell your dad. We don't want to upset him. Go on, Carol.
Well, this unspeakably vulgar little routine became a part of our lives. When my father was on nights, my mother displayed the water-retaining abilities of a camel.
No proper toilet paper. Only that scratchy tracing paper stuff. I wouldn't use our toilet again if they begged me.
My parents weren't what you'd call frantic pleasure seekers. Their lives centred around the home, around Prince and me. But on Sundays, my dad would go for a pint with his mate Ron, and Ron's fancifully named Doberman, Scamp. And Prince, of course. A double date. But one Sunday, Prince was drowsy after having diarrhea all week.
See you later, Prince.
My dad got him some special tablets from the chemist and they knocked him out cold. So, Dad went as gooseberry with Ron and Scamp.
He don't know what she's up to either when he's working nights. So it's half of one and 6 dozen of the other.
Shocking.
Still, my lips are sealed. Oh, your prince has moved.
Oh, no.
Oh, what's wrong? Come on, Prince. Up, boy.
Carol, just move backwards very slowly.
But I've got to go and get Derek's dinner on.
Claudie!
Mom?
Claudie, will you ask Prince to move, please? Carol has to go home.
Come on, boy. Oh, God. I can feel something. Are you going to have your baby here?
Oh, Carol, please don't cry. Prince hates it when women cry.
I don't give a stuff what Prince hates. What time does your jump get back?
1:30 on the dot.
But it's only 10:02. I can't wait that long. Derek has to have his dinner at 1 sharp.
Claudie, will you take Prince into the kitchen, please? Take him by his collar.
No, you can't ask the kiddie to do that. He'll have her arm off.
She's her father's daughter. He won't hurt her.
Come on, Prince. Walkies. You want? Walkies for Dad. Come and see Dad. Marie, it's happening. It's happening now.
Carol, keep quiet. Don't move. Claudie, run up to the pub and get your father right away. Don't move. Not an eyelash. Just keep still.
What are you up to like that, love?
Mum sent me to get you.
Why, what's wrong?
It's Carol. She's having a baby, and Prince won't let her go home.
Struth. Murderer.
Well?
Well?
Are you waiting for me to say sorry? Because I'm not going to. I can't.
No, Janet. Well, I'm the one to apologize. I lost my temper.
I know.
I'm sorry, I really am.
Thank you. Brought the flowers for Dad.
No, here.
He didn't speak to her for 2 weeks after that. He made a lot of pointed remarks about foreigners having filthy tempers. I believe the honour of the French army was also called into question at some point. But eventually it blew over.
Mo. Listen, Prince.
What is your father doing now? Only half an hour to catch a train and drop Prince off at the kennel first. Please tell him to come. He listens to you.
Prince went behind the settee.
Oh, no. Oh, well, if Prince has gone behind the settee, then we might as well put the kettle on. Because we're going to have a long wait. Because if Prince has gone behind the settee, that must mean His Majesty is displeased. Which means your father will spend at least 6 hours trying to cheer him up. So really, we might as well send the taxi away. And while we're about it, cancel the holiday altogether. So we won't get our deposit back, so what? At least His Royal Highness may honor us by coming out from behind the settee.
You heard that? He's not deaf.
I know you've never been to the kennels before, but it's only for a week. And we're only doing it for Claudie, for the kiddie. She's never been to a camp before. You know I don't want to go.
Charming.
Listen, Prince. Listen, boy. I'll bring thee back a present. Eh? A big present.
Don't try to stop me.
But they won't let him in.
I'll find a B&B that does. There'll be one. This is England.
Hey, you! Jack!
See you there!
Come on.
Well, that was my mother's holiday down the water chute. Naturally, I didn't notice. I had a great time. And so, in their own way, did my dad and Prince. My dad called himself a communist. Commercialized leisure wasn't really his thing. He was more at home with the simple pleasures. Pint of beer, game of darts, a drooling psychopath with a leg at each corner. Simple, timeless, classic. We did see them occasionally, though.
Yes, Mary, come on, chin up. Kiss a kiss. See you later.
But communist or not, my dad was determined that his firstborn wouldn't go home without sampling the garish pleasures of the consumer society. For if communism is the bread of life, crazy golf is the jam on it. Like suntans, memories fade. I don't remember feeling personally oppressed by Prince. But as I grew up, I became more and more aware of how miserable he made my mother's life. Their history was long and gruesome. One Christmas, when the egg flip was flowing, Mother told me that they hadn't had it away once on their honeymoon. Why? Right first time, Prince was with them. When I say with them, I mean non-stop. At night, a camp bed in the bedroom provided by a fellow Dognut landlady. And it goes without saying that my dad would never dream of doing the dirty deed in front of Laughing Boy.
We could put him in the bathroom.
After that, he was always sure she'd got it in for Prince. He kept a careful eye on her, so it was hard for us to strike back. Morale was low. The enemy seemed invincible.
Come on, boy. Up and at 'em. I know it pongs a bit, but so do you. It's only this once. Showtime tomorrow. Come on. Look. Playtime. Come on, boy. Come on, Prince. All right. But just this once.
It's still cold. This is impossible. I have my big wash. Claudie, go and tell your father to turn off the bathwater this minute.
Can't be late. Bye.
Thank you, God. Thank you so much for your help on this day as on all others. Merde!
You're making a draft. Turn round. I'll do your back.
Oh, please, Dad.
Sorry, love. No can do. It'll be too pressurised if there's family there. Okay, got your tongue, Marie?
No. The dog.
part that counts, not the winning. Anyway, you'll wipe the floor with him.
You see, I was brought here at the tender age of 9. This, in fact, was my bedroom.
Claudine, why don't you go at the back and play with Mark and Melanie?
Don't want to.
Always reading, isn't she? Must be with you being French, Marie.
I don't like to read myself.
Life's too short, isn't it? What with the telly and all.
It's depressing reading. I'm a bit late, and I thought it ended at 4. It's 5 now.
Probably gone out to celebrate.
Drown their sorrows, more like. How old is Prince Marie? 9? 10?
Jack will never say. He thinks it's a dog's prerogative not to have its age bandied about.
No, he had to be 2 at least when you got married. Is he 12?
That's old for a dog, isn't it? What's Jack gonna do when he, you know, passes over?
Passes over what?
When he dies, your aunt means.
Well, yeah, in a manner of speaking.
He's strong, Jack. Never cried when Dad died. Mind, none of us did. Never cried when Mum died either. You cried, Marie, didn't you? Even though she always swore blind you were trying to poison her.
I cried. I couldn't stop.
Well, Jack couldn't start.
No, they're here. In a taxi.
Dead flush. That'll mean they won. Marie, fetch a champagne, pet.
Surprise!
Bastards! Prince, leave!
The annual Wales and the West Dog Show ended in uproar this afternoon when one of the contestants, Prince Morgan, attacked a judge. The Lady Mayoress, Mrs. Evelyn Leggett, who's 6 months pregnant, was pinned against the wall by the huge Alsatian after he'd terrorised his competitors and been disqualified. His owner, Mr. Jack Morgan of Bristol, blamed the flashbulbs of the local press for his dog's outburst. He said the prince had been living on his nerves for the past month since being entered for the show. The Lady Mayoress, a dog lover, says that she will not be pressing charges. A 35-year-old
Mum, why is Prince getting so bad-tempered?
He's getting old.
So are you, but you don't go around biting people.
Dog years are different. If Prince was human, he'd be about 70.
Couldn't we put him in a home like we did with Gran?
I heard that. Thank God he didn't. And from you, Claudie, thinks the world of you. He's asleep at last. Exhaustion. Was Tom all right?
Just a mild concussion. A stitch in time saves 9 lives.
That's cats. Yeah, I know Tom's my brother, but he does make a fuss about nothing sometimes.
You were on the news, Dad.
Don't tell me. I don't want to know. What they say?
The prince attacked a judge. A lady mayor.
A mayor? Yeah, that's about right. A stupid mayor.
Jack, it's not his fault. He's getting old. It's only natural. But it can't go on this way.
I'll tell you what can't go on, my lady. That sort of talk. You don't know what you're on about. He's in his prime. Now, where you come from, of course, they kill their pets and serve them up in a stew at the first sign of maturity. Well, we're not like that over here. We believe in fair play. This ain't no dog-eat-dog society, or man-eat-dog if it comes to that.
Or in Prince's case, dog-eat-man.
That autumn, conversations between my parents were rare. My dad hated what he called a fuss, so he just walked away. So my mother stopped trying. She just got quieter. But I was getting older, and Prince was starting to get on my tits. What there was of them.
Who? Miss Scarlet? Nope. Give up. Reverend Green. Vicars don't do murders. They play with you, though. Yeah. What do you mean? I heard my mum say there was that vicar in Eastville playing with the choir boys. Playing what with them? Cluedo? You know. No, you don't, do you? Don't you know about stuff like that? Don't think so. It's 'cause you got no brothers. Wish I didn't. Gun shoots, rope strangles, lead piping bang on the head, candlestick, bang on the head again, dagger stabs through the heart. If you did a murder, what one would you use? None of them. You'd get caught. Know what I'd do? Go on. Poison. But where would you get it from? Chemist, I suppose. Mouse poison. Why? I was just thinking. Nothing. In the kitchen with the poison. Miss Morgan. Why? Who do you want to murder? No one. I was just thinking. Denise, you're doing the gerbils this week? Yeah, why? Let me do them. No. You can borrow Trudy. How long? A week? Steal.
Before you could say rent a kill, my dad went out and bought the poison. He took the bait, you might say. It was a close thing, though. Of course, he didn't want to put a lethal substance where his little darling might get at it. But Mum said it was either that or a cat. A cat? The very word was an affront to my father's masculinity and patriotism.
Cats? Not English. No, a dog. A dog's English.
Dogs are illegal in Reykjavik, capital of Iceland, and China.
Well, China. Wouldn't trust them further than I could throw them. Crafty.
But they're communists.
Not proper ones. Communism's Russian.
What's it like in Russia? Tell me again.
Very cold. Very clean. And everybody's happy.
Well, everybody, like at Butlins.
Ah, there's always one or two that has to spoil it for everyone else. You always get your troublemakers, even at Butlins. But almost everybody's happy. In their underground stations, you could eat your dinner off the floor. It's immaculate. Nobody drops rubbish, see? Because they know the country belongs to them. The people.
What about the countries around Russia? Do they belong to the people too?
Of course they do. Don't they teach you anything in that school of yours?
My dad, the gentle giant of Somerset. He was the only person I knew who mourned the breakup of the Soviet Empire. Now it'll start, he said. Drugs, crime, tribes, the lot. Well, he was right. He was always right. But under his nose, his own empire was crumbling.
Prince, Orkies. Prince, look. Midnight feast. Good boy. You look pleased, Prince. Pleased as punch. Not used to treats in the middle of the night, are you? Dad says you can understand everything we say. See if you can understand this. I'm gonna kill you, you bastard, for what you've done to my mum. Bon appétit et bon voyage.
Come on, boy, get it all up. You'll feel better if you get it all up. Marie, go get Anki, soak him in cold water. Onto the bed on him the size of a football.
A cold compress? Isn't that an hangover cure?
Marie, this is no time for continental humour. We've got a sick man on board.
Sick man of Europe, eh?
Buggeration.
It's all right, boy. It's all right.
Strikeout. There he was, large as life and twice as ugly. Chucking up while the lacy lady looked on in horror. But though the battle was lost, the war wasn't.
Come on.
As Prince grew older, neighborhood feelings for him changed. He'd once been a source of pride, not just to my father, but to the whole street. Prince might have been a vicious, power-crazed tyrant, but he was their vicious, power-crazed tyrant.
Come on, boy.
But as age withered him, his subjects saw their chance, and the worms turned.
I've got a bone to pick with you.
What bone?
A dog bone.
Ow, what's that for?
You're sticking our dog got our precious knocked up. That's what it's for.
Knocked her off what?
Knocked up, you stupid brat. Don't you know nothing?
Oh, come on, T. She's only a kid.
Darling, what's happened?
The lynch mob got me because of Prince.
Don't cry. It's okay. I'll fix it. This has gone too far.
You go too far sometimes, Marie.
You have to face this. If not this year, then next. He's so very old now, so very tired. I know how much you love him, but sometimes we have to be cruel to be kind.
You said that in good English, Marie. Speak it better than me now. Why not call a spade a spade? Spade you want to dig his grave with.
Jack, every dog has his day.
Well, he's still having his. He's like the Queen, he can't abdicate. I want nothing more said about this. You understand?
Won't you even take him to the vet for a checkup? There may be something wrong with him that we can't see that puts him in such a bad mood. You wouldn't want Prince to be in pain and for you to know nothing about it, would you?
A quack? Do me a favour. They don't make a profit till they butcher him.
Jack, I don't ask for much, do I? Do me a favor, please. Yes?
Well, he's in extremely good shape, Mr. Morgan. For his age, he's obviously been well cared for, eh?
I've had him since he was 6 weeks old. Abandoned in a lay-by he was. In a sack. Brothers and sisters were dead. Only Prince was alive. Only just. People, Doctor. We don't deserve to live.
Well, it's certainly one way of looking at it.
I got out to have a call of nature, see? I see this sack squirming. I opened it up, and there he was. All wobbly. His little legs and girt big paws in the end. Kept tripping over them, he did. And teeth like little needles. First thing he did when I took him out of the sack was take a chunk out my hand. Starving he was. So I put him in the cab, in the passenger seat. Drove him all the way with me. Ben's hands to bristle. Best thing I ever did in my life. Never liked the Cornish. Shady. Doing that to a dog. So he'll be all right, will he?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry I had to sedate him, but he seemed rather put out at the thought of being examined.
That was the rubber gloves did it. Clammy. So we can go, can we? Because there's nothing wrong with him.
I said he was in tip-top shape for his age, Mr. Morgan, but his age itself is quite a problem. He's what, 13?
9.
Look, we'll settle for 11, shall we?
10.5.
Oh, done. 10.5 it is. I don't suppose you've ever thought of getting another dog.
What? That's a good one. Prince would turn him into 12 tins of cat food soon as look at him.
You misunderstand me, Mr. Morgan. I didn't mean another dog as well as Prince. I meant another dog instead of Prince.
Thank you for your time, Doctor. How much do I owe you?
Oh, my receptionist will send you the bill. Wait a minute, Mr. Morgan. You can't carry a huge dog like that.
It's all the same to you, Doctor. Would rather go now. And, Doctor, thank you.
What? Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Yes, thank you. For solving one of life's little mysteries for me. I always wondered what sort of man could leave 5 puppies in a sack on a motorway to die. And now I know. The same sort of man that can talk about replacing one living, breathing creature with a new one, as though it was an old 3-piece suite. Well, thank you, Doctor. Goodbye. By the way, he's pissed on your table. Bon chance, as the wife says.
You couldn't keep Prince down. I'll give him that. Pretty soon he was back to business as usual. Dirty business. And if he wasn't the centre of attention, you'd soon know about it.
Quiet, boy. Quiet, Prince. Prince, quiet. Someone said this would happen once you had it renovated. The world's changing, mate. Don't look like a pub no more. Soft seats, carpets. It's like a cat house. A cattery. Tart's boudoir. Right. I'll sit here then. Get the pints in. There you are. Ron? Don't like the look of your scamp.
What? Fish next door, been on eat for a month. Seems like a month anyway.
Ron, I think you better get out here quick. Ron, there's trouble on the pitch. Get off him. Get off him, you pervert.
Bloody Noro. He's never done anything like that before. Scamp! Your prince must have given him the come on.
Prince! A poof. He called Prince a poof. My best friend. My only friend, except Prince. He's all I got now. Can't trust nobody unless some four legs in this world. Sad but true.
What about William Pike? He's got 3 legs.
He's the exception that proves the rule.
And if you can't trust your best friend, then how can communism ever work?
Right. That's it, madam. Bed right now.
But I only
Bed, or they'll feel my fist too. Where are you going?
Jack, this is unfair. And I know you like to think of yourself as a fair man. You talk of your union, you talk of the brotherhood of man, and then you talk to your daughter that way.
Marie, you can feel everything collapsing. Help me.
You don't need my help. You don't need anyone except Prince. Tomorrow, everything in your world will be in its place again. A man and his dog, a law unto himself, a stranger in his own home, and more of a foreigner than I will ever be, because you don't like people. So you will be a stranger wherever you go. Like all those who believe in the brotherhood of man. You don't like real people because we can't live up to your ideals. Well, maybe you can't live up to ours.
Swallow a dictionary, did you, Marie?
No. Just my pride. All my life.
So I coming in or not? I said I'd go around Debbie's. But you're my friend. You can have more than one friend at once, Claw. It's not like being married. It's got a pony. No, it's not that. It's your prince. He stinks. Sorry, gotta go. See ya.
My mother's friends were gone, put off by the prospect of miscarrying all over the Axminster. My father's friends were gone, put beyond the pale by the sexual abandon of their four-legged friends. And my friends were gone, weary of entering an olfactory hell every time they dropped by for Tizer and Jaffa cakes. More than ever, we were left to our own devices.
I'm the dog.
I'm the top hat.
No, I'm always the top hat. You be the Iron Mum.
No, I don't want it. I want to be the top hat for once.
But you're a mum. This is you.
I don't want to be the bloody iron. I want to be the top hat, or the car, or the ship. Anything to get out of this place.
Could have been the old boot. Won't be peace for him then. It's more like it. No place for temper tantrums and Monopoly. It's serious business. No, he don't want the boot. Give him the hat.
But I'm the hat.
Oh, go on. Let him have it. Suits him somehow.
Dad, he's a dog. He doesn't know what the pieces are. They're all the same to him.
I never dreamed you could be such a little madam. After all he's done for you. Protected every hair of your head since you were a babby. And you won't even give him the piece he wants. Hey!
All right, you win. He can have the bloody hat. And I hope he swallows it. And I hope it chokes him.
The world's gone mad, boy. Mad. It's like a woman. Some of the screaming abdabs. There we go. Just the two of us. That's the best way.
These days, of course, a handsome broad like my mother wouldn't sit around like a lemon playing second fiddle to a mutt. Just think, they were still young. They were 30-something, when 30-somethings were just old. 20 years ago, a woman was either in the first flush of youth, or she was an old lady with humbug breath and a home help. And between these states of grace, women were the undead, floating through their lives, through their homes, like lost souls. Not noticed till they went away.
I've finished. At the bottom, there's a new shirt still in its package for the dinner Saturday night.
Nothing fancy, is it? All the working men there.
These are trade union leaders. Most of them, I doubt very much whether they still get their hands dirty.
Suit yourself. I'm just taking Prince off for a last walk. Just to explain my way for a few days.
The taxi will be here.
We'll be all right.
Prince!
He's on the settee, having a lie-in.
Lazy beggar. Come on.
I'm so sorry, I can't think what's happened. He only took the dog for a walk.
Roaring to himself, dogs. You can't hurry him. I'm a dog man myself.
Oh. Would you like a cup of tea?
That's very... Is that your husband, missus?
Oh, his suit!
Don't worry about his soup. Worry about his dog. Here, Chief, let me give you a hand.
No, no, please. He's a bit embarrassed. Best pretend you haven't noticed nothing.
Right you are, Chief.
So it's come to this.
Leave it, Marie.
Yes, it's come to this. You take him for a walk and he collapses.
He didn't collapse. He's just tired. He was up late last night. There you go, my prince. Have a little nap. When you wake up, you'll be your old self again.
No! No, he will never be his old self again. Is this how you show your love, by letting him suffer? What a strange love it must be.
He's tired, I tell you. Can't you speak bloody English yet? Go and pay the cabbie off.
But Blackpool...
Bugger Blackpool, I can't leave him like this.
But I don't understand. I thought you said he wasn't ill, just tired. Then why can't you leave him? Surely your dog being tired doesn't prevent you from representing your union.
Got an answer for everything, haven't you, Marie? Yes, I stand by what I said. He's tired. Right, I'm going, okay? Got what you wanted?
Jack,
Bye, Marie.
So, here we are, Prince. At last.
Hello, Mum.
Don't go in there.
Why? What's wrong?
It's Prince.
Has he been sick on the carpet?
No.
And why can't I go in there?
Because Prince is dead.
But I saw him this morning.
Darling, and
Prince can't be dead.
he is.
Prince? Where's he gone?
The vet took him.
What about Dad?
What was I supposed to do? Put him in the fridge? He would have smelled.
But he smelled anyway.
Believe me, he would have smelled much worse. The vet has There's a special place where they can keep him for a while, so your father can see him before he... Don't answer it, it's him.
Aren't you going to tell him?
So he can find out sitting in an hotel bedroom in a strange town. No. Come on.
Where are we going?
The Inn of Happiness. We'll get a takeaway.
But Prince doesn't like the smell
Prince
of...
is dead, and we're alive. Run. What a week that was. Weird and wonderful. Midnight feasts, japes.
I always hated this stupid thing. Here, catch.
It was Prince who had died, but I felt as though I'd gone to heaven myself. We had Coca-Cola for breakfast, sugar frosties for lunch, only we called it dinner back then, and chop suey for supper. And then we watched horror films. We'd never been allowed to before, Prince's nerves being set a jangle by all that screaming. And just think, We were allowed to scream too, to laugh, to use the toilet. We were like sailors on shore leave, high on life itself. Life and monosodium glutamate. No doubt you think we were a heartless brace of bitches. But you can't imagine how it felt. Free at last. God, free at last. And I got to wear black. Black was the epitome of sophistication and self-discovery. In black, I would be truly myself. Not a small-town schoolgirl, but a brilliant creature with a one-way ticket to fame and fortune. Here I was, at last.
You better go to bed now.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. School tomorrow. Go on. Up now.
Okay. Night.
What's happened to her?
It's not Claudie.
Where is he?
Where is he? Jack, I'm so sorry.
Prince! Prince!
And all at once, I knew that if I was dead, he wouldn't be half so sad. He'd be a rock. The strong, silent, gentle giant, comforting my mother as she got hysterical. Because quite simply, he loved Prince more than he loved me. More than he loved anyone. And maybe I'm cold and unnatural, but I can't see anything wrong with that. You make your choices in this life. He chose Prince. My mother chose him. And no one chose me. A kid less hip than me would have used the fact that her father loved a mutt more than her as an excuse to flunk out on the big one. Life. But not me. It strengthened my belief that the place we call home is really just a random patch of land God drops us on, so that we can incubate for a few years before finally becoming ourselves. That we're all cuckoos. Except most of us forget it and let go of everything that ever made us special, just to blend in with the scenery. Once you do that, the game's up. Bang, bang, you're dead, little girl.
Sloane Square, South Kensington, Gloucester Road, High Street, Kensington, Notting Hill Gate,
Me?
Bayswater,
I was already gone.
Paddington.
Going up. Up, up and away. I know I should look back in anger or pity, but I can't. The strength of my father's love haunts me and inspires me. A love that passeth all understanding. A love that doesn't alter when it finds alteration. Forsaking all others. All others. I can't help but admire that final kind of love. I hope I find it one day. Hi. I'm home. Some people say you can never go home again. Me? I think it's more likely that you can never really leave.
Stay with us here on UK Gold. Our regular visit to the Bill is after the break.